Good morning. What is up, everybody? What is happening? My name is Brandon Osborne. You might know me better as Control for Days. Today, we're getting crazy with this new Yawgmoth build. This is a build that was designed by somebody in the Discord. It goes by the name of Nubbit. And it's a departure from what I've been running. I've been happy with what I've been running, but we're gonna try something new. This is the Nubbit Special, indeed it is. So, the Nubbit Special, what it includes are the key factors that make this the Nubbit Special are the Maindeck Leyline of Vitalities. It's a card that gives you some insulation against Fury, and it also synergizes with your combo, because every time a creature enters the battlefield, you gain a life. So if you're Undying Creatures and Yawgmoth, it combos. Notable exclusions from this list: there are no Furies, there are no Furies in the 75. There are also no Endurances in the 75. The only way I could make room for the Leylines in the main deck was to cut Endurances, which I am upset about, but we're gonna do this and we're gonna have some fun today. Additionally, a lot of people have been running Leyline of the Void. I wouldn't say a lot of people. Some people are running Leyline of the Void right now, which is a card that you would bring in particularly against Scam and Murktide. So we're gonna test these out today as well. This is the mono Leyline build of Yawgmoth. So the rest of my sideboard is the same as what I've been running. 2 Thoughtseize, 2 Necromentia, 1 Veil of Summer, 3 Force of Vigor, 2 Assassin's Trophy, 1 Hepatra, also quite the combo piece with Leyline of Vitality, and Haywire Might. Main deck, I've cut the Innkeeper because Leyline kind of fills that role, and we're running a 4th Wall of Roots also because Leyline and Wall of Roots is kind of like a combo. So we're doing it. Oh, also, before we jump into this league, to make room for the 3 Leylines, I also had to shave up Birds of Paradise. We're on 7 1-mana dorks, which I don't like, as opposed to 8, but I think that's the only way we can make this work. So I am going to jump into a modern league, and we're going to see how this interesting build pans out. All right, we have our first match. We are jumping in. We do not have any Leylines in hand. Alvis is our opponent. Our opening 7 is fine. We're on the draw. It's a little slow, but I think it's a keep. So we're gonna run it. See how this goes. Jesse, how's my audio? Any echo? All right. Not what you want to see when you have a slow hand. Not what you want to see when you're on the draw. Oh, perfect timing. All right, our first Leyline has entered the fringe right when we wanted it to. Exactly as planned. So they're going to be able to hit with Ragavan. They're going to get Treasure Token, and if they have an Archmage's Charm, they can have that up at this point. It looks like they're going to be... Oh, they might. So our 2-drop might not even resolve here, which kind of stinks. Yeah, so they're leaving up counter magic. So they're going to get another hit in with Ragavan next turn. So I think I'd rather have the wall get countered as opposed to the Geist. Okay, I'll turn the music down a little bit. Yeah, so we're getting pieced up by this Ragavan right now. They have 4 cards in hand. They have 5 mana up. They're going to let this resolve. They're going to be able to bolt it. Not something they're particularly concerned about. And Strangleroot, they're going to counter, I would imagine. it goes. So a swing with the Ragavan, a bolt coming in for the Hierarch after I don't block. They've got a lot of mana. Things shaping up nicely for our opponent, not so much for us. It's nice that they're hitting lands off the Ragavan though. Nothing that they've been able to use as of yet. There's an iteration. I'd love to see this list do well. My expectations are a little bit low. They're not high. Everything going as expected here. Turn 4, a Yawgmoth. I mean, we could spend our turn casting Yawgmoth, which isn't the most mana efficient play. It gives us the ability to chord and get ourselves the Dryad Arbor. They have 1, 2, 3 card types in the graveyard. I think I'm gonna hope this Grist resolves. I think I'm gonna try to stick this right now. See if they have another counterspell on hand. They're hesitating, which leads me to believe they might not have a counter. We shall see. Okay, they do. Alright. I'm surprised they hesitated as long as they did. It was surprising. To me, that seems like a pretty clear-cut move to counter that. Ragavan continuing to smack in. Have themselves a Geralf's Messenger. They're down to 2 cards in hand. They drew a card, and they're playing a Murktide. So we're on a pretty much a 2-turn clock here. So that doesn't bode particularly well. The move here is, I guess, Wolf, tutor for a land, and then play out the Grist next turn. I mean, at least it shuts down the 1 toughness creatures a little bit. For now. If they do have another counterspell though, it's going to be tough sledding from this point forward. Hit for 8, we're down to 4. Another reason to do this is because if they do have a removal spell for somehow to kill my Yawgmoth, having an extra creature is a good thing. All right, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I'm just gonna play out the Grist. This is what. All right, millionth counter spell. We lose this one. We'll scoop it up. Alright, so in this matchup, we are bringing in Veil of Summers, we are bringing the Leyline of the Voids, we are bringing the Assassin's Trophies. I have a feeling I'm going to be doing this a lot today. We are going to cut the Leyline of Vitalities. This is probably not the first or the last time we're going to be doing that. It is the first, probably not the last time. Maybe I leave like 1 in. Shave a Hierarch. Alright, we'll do that. We'll run that 60. We are on the play of this game, which hopefully makes a world of difference. Eesh. I like the fact that I have a Yawgmoth in my opener, but I don't think I can keep that. It's a one-lander. 6 is better. No Leylines. Kinda sucks. I think we'll get rid of a Grist here. Welcome to anybody who is just joining. We are down a game against Blue-Red Murktide here. Running this modern league with a brand new Yawgmoth build. It was a good draw. I'm gonna run out the Grist here. Might not be alive for too long, but it's putting them on their back foot, so they're gonna have to kind of do something to get rid of it on their turn, which is gonna give us the chance to resolve our Yawgmoth. So, and then we'll kill their Dragon's Rage, so we'll be a step ahead, assuming they don't have a Subtlety, which I think maybe they would have used. I don't know. Maybe. When I was trying to figure out how to build this list, I was like, maybe like I keep an Endurance and shave a Grist, but it just synergizes so well with the card that we're cutting everything for, so I just couldn't do without it. All right, so their guy's a 3/3 already. Look how quickly they filled up that graveyard. Let's see if they have a Bolt land. No. Ooh. Okay. That is not great for my opponent. Plus, play that out. I think we just stick our Yawg here. I mean, they didn't have Bolt or Heat, because I think they would have used it if they had it. So we're going to be drawing some cards on their turn, and our Grist should stay alive. Basic Mountain. I don't think we typically see Basic Mountain out of their deck, do we? That seems unusual. Alright, there's a Heat targeting Yawgmoth. We don't have any Endurance in our 75, so we're not going to be able to do anything in response to that, which feels unfortunate. Nice. Oh, that turn, whatever, Leyline of the Void. This is why I don't like Leylines. This is not ideal here. Alright, Court is a good draw. Let's start with an uptick. Gotta keep that guy alive. I'll play a wolf or a wall. Geist. Court is nice because we're going to be able to use that at instant speed. Ignoble. Just emptying out our hand here. And our Cord isn't that good right now, so I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to worry about keeping the Geist untapped. Feels like we're pretty far ahead right now. Bolt on Grist. Strange they didn't do that sooner. I don't know what they were waiting for. I guess just having up counter spell is what they are concerned about. Sure, you have an iteration. 1/1 Dragon's Rage, much less scary than a 3/3 Dragon's Rage, even if it has fly. Not too worrisome. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Curious if we can go Leyline and Chord of Calling on our turn. They're obviously leaving up Counterspell here. That's what they're doing. Alright, double Chord is really nice. So we should be able to do everything now at this point. Chord during their turn. If it gets countered, Chord again during our turn. And maybe even Leyline on the same turn. We'll see. This is probably like, next to Endurance, the best card against this deck. It is what you want. Ouch. They're getting to a point where they kind of have to do something. I don't know how much longer they can wait around. This feels like maybe a Murktide. I like their choice of basics. It's not my favorite island, but I always like seeing the original arts. Makes me feel good, you know? Alright, so they have an 8/8 Murktide, and we are going to get ourselves a Yawg here. There's the counterspell they were representing. Nothing surprising there. Alright. So here we're a mana short of being able to get Yawg and cast this messenger. Well, I guess what we can do is we can get Yawg first and then try to draw into a land. So I think that's the move. And then, yeah, as long as we find a land here. But they have... that might have been a mistake. So they can have heat up, and that might... Yeah, that was probably a mistake. It might have just been better to get, like, Grist there, and then play out the Leyline. Okay. Well... They have 3 cards in hand. We're gonna make them have it. Let's see it. Oh, they don't have it. Okay. Alright. In that case, I would like to win. Okay, and they scoop. All important game 3. What would you guys have done there? Would you have gone for the Yawg in that instance? I wasn't playing around Unholy Heat. In hindsight, it felt a little risky. The safer line probably would have been Grist there. Okay, this 60. I feel like this card is so bad. I think I'm going to get rid of that on the draw. Maybe go into a Thoughtseize here. Or maybe even like a Might. I haven't seen a Blood Moon yet. I don't know if they're running Blood Moon. Let's go up on a Dork. Can we get a Leyline of the Void, please? That would be nice. In our opener. Not on turn 5. No Leyline, but I think this hand is acceptable. Lots of bolt fodder for them. Turn 1 Ragavan would be unfortunate. They don't have it. Alright. And in this matchup, our birds are more valuable than our ignobles, so we're going to run that into the fire. It's officially been electrocuted. The fact they didn't have a 1-drop this game is nice for us. They did keep a 7-card hand. Here, so they're representing Counterspell. You have to imagine they have a Counterspell here. I'm gonna run out double 1-drop. If they have like 2 more bolts, that would stink, but if they don't, yeah, they have double bolt. Not much we can do there. Like, I didn't want to run the Wall of Roots into a Counterspell and that be my whole turn. Relic, okay, so they still have Counterspell up. They don't have any threats, though. It doesn't matter what we exile either, nothing can get shuffled back, so kind of is what it is. Yeah, they don't have any threats. I'm going to run out this Geist. If they want to counter that, that's fine. They kept whatever was on top. Maybe a creature of some sort. An iteration. Okay. Makes sense. It's kind of a weird opener from our opponent here. They're going to shock again. I don't hate how this game is going so far. At this point, I'm going to run my Wall of Roots into a counter spell, which I imagine they're going to use. Which they didn't use. That's surprising. Now our chords are actually decent. Drawing double chord, having access to this board state, not a bad thing. Feels like a Murktide. There it is. Still representing Counterspell. Alright, so I could Geist here. One, two, and then I'll have 4 mana to chord, 5 during their turn. I think I just pass here. Try to chord for 3 on their turn. They're flooding out a little bit. They got 3 cards in hand. We'll see what they have in the way of counter magic here. Alright, incoming chord for 3. There's the counter spell. Feels like they might have another counter spell, which would suck. Wonder if we can just race them. Dried Arbor Geist. Swing for 3/5. Put them down to 7. We go down to 4. Hit for 5 down to 2. Cord during their turn. And then hope to draw into like a messenger or a black source. This might just be like a racing situation. I feel like we kind of have to try that. And then if they counter this, I wonder if they don't have the counter. And I can cord for like a bird and then play out the messenger. Oh, okay. Alright, so we can get a bird here at least. It was a tricky line on our opponent's side of things. They have 3 cards in hand. Dragon's Rage. A 1/1 Dragon's Rage. I think we have to take this hit. To still be able to we're down to 3. See how this goes here. We're still alive. All right, would have been nice to know that we were drawing that there. I wonder if we can like double cord for birds. 3, 5 down to 2. They'll block 1. This is a little tricky. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get a bird. One, 2, 3, 4. Get a bird. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I think we're gonna hit with double Geist. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 Geist. Alright, we're gonna hit with 1 Geist. That might have been wrong. 2, 3, 4. It's a close game. Alright, we'll get to scry here. They have 1 card in their hand. So during their upkeep, I think is when I do this. Hope they don't have another counter spell. That was probably a mistake. Yeah, we're just dead. Not a bad top deck. That wasn't, yeah, it didn't matter, but I probably should have done that in response to their attack. We're down one. Down one with the Leyline build. Alright, round two, we are back. We are playing against the Wolfman. I wonder if they are a fellow Yawgmoth player, or if they're running Huntmaster of the Fells. We are on the play. We're on the play. This is nice. And they're revealing a Kaheera, not a wolf. This is a cat beast. Opening 7 is definitely acceptable. We will keep this. Still haven't seen... in 4 games so far, we have not seen a single Leyline in an opener. We drew one with our first draw step of game 1, round 1. They're on a 5-card hand here, okay. Not great for them. Run out our young wolf, pass the turn. So, up to this point, Leylines are playing up to expectation. What I typically expect with Leylines. Underperforming. Alright, so kind of tells us they're on like an Elementals build. Further confirms that, revealing a Risen Reef. Keep these guys over here just so we know. Alright, so we have an extra turn because they're on their draw before they get the Risen Reef out, so I think we're gonna actually just lay the beats here. We can always Evo as well, that is an option available to us. So we're just gonna pressure their life total. Leyline of Vitality. One of the reasons we have it on the list is against Fury decks. We'll see if it's any good here. If we draw it at any point in an opening hand. Which I want to do, and at the same time I don't really want to do. This feels like a prismatic ending. Later Geist. They're at 12 life already. If we draw a Lantern, I'm going to Evo for a Grist. Instead, I'm just going to play out the Grist, I think. I guess within, like, had I drawn a land, the other card I could have gotten, I could have played out the Wall of Roots and Evo'd into Messenger and then tried to kill with Yawg on the following turn. Always have to keep Solitude on your radar, though. Chat has gotten spammed for the first time. There's the Risen Reef. And they drew a non-land. Alright. Alright, so the move here is pretty straightforward. We're going to play out Wall of Roots. Play out Geist. Minus the Geist. Into the graveyard. Kill the Reef. Hit for 5. They're on a 2-turn clock. I think they're thinking about evoking something. They did not. So at this point, I mean, they need like a board wipe, I guess. That's how they stay alive. This has been a pretty good hand against what they're doing. Alright, so they call into Fury. Even then, that's not... Unless they have Ephemerate. Would they get rid of Omnath? See if they have the Ephemerate. If they've got that, might swing things a little bit. That would be unfortunate. 2/1/1. Yep. Feels like an Ephemerate. Cool. Cool. Love to see it. And now they have another Fury on top of this with the Ephemerate for their next turn. It's fun and interactive magic. Okay. So the line here, we can get ourselves a Grist. There's something in my eye. We can get ourselves a Grist. Plus the Grist. And then it gets shot down by the Fury. And then next turn we can play out our Yawg. We can get a Messenger. Put them down to 3. And in that situation, I don't know if they Ephemerate the Fury and put themselves down to 1. I think that might be the move. Yeah, the impact of Grist here feels a little lackluster. We're gonna get a Messenger. See what they do with their turn. If they want to Ephemerate this thing again. Do they use it? Is this thing any... It's creature? Yeah, it's creature. So they can't Ephemerate the Oath. They choose not to use it. It's kind of what I expected. See if they have an exile effect here. They have 3 cards in hand. Alright. Risen Reef. Risen Reef number 2. Which if we get to our turn with the Messenger, we can deal with. There's a land drop. Hopefully they don't have another Ephemerate. It's crazy how much like one Fury Ephemerate just swung the game. I had it like a full board. And yeah, they just pretty much just took over the game. Alright, so they have... So when they fetch, I'm going to respond and try to win the game here. I guess they can't fetch. That was a mistake. Yeah, that was a mistake. Oops. I should have... Yeah, I wasn't thinking. My bad. I was thinking that they could fetch, but they can't fetch. They just lose if they do that. But we still... We'll see what they do. Yeah, Renin 6 is fine. It's weird they didn't use their planes to cast the Renin 6. So Dryad Arbor is our kind of like ace in the hole here. All right, this forces them to be reactive. I think. And the card we're afraid of is another Ephemerate. Let's start by getting rid of the Risen Reef here. Alright, that was not what we wanted to draw. I mean, what can they do from here? They're priced into blocking the messenger. I think we just attack. Okay, and we win there. Okay. Whew. little sketchy. Alright, we're gonna keep these ley lines in. We're bringing our Thoughtseizes. I think we'll bring in Hapatra. Trophy. I mean, we can interact on the stack and cut them off of Ephemerate. I don't know if it's worth it. May or may not be. And with these lists, it's like, are they running Counterspell? Are they not running Counterspell? That's something we got to think about as well. I think we're gonna shave some dorks. Get rid of 2 birds. I think we get rid of a wolf. And then the rest of it's a little bit tricky. I mean, this is like the whole reason we have this card in the deck is against Fury, so maybe we don't bring in the trophies. Or maybe we bring in 1 trophy and don't bring in Hapatra. I like Hapatra against Risen Reef, though. That's the reason I kind of want to keep it in. Yeah, I think we'll just go with this. 3 cards in. 3 in, 3 out. Alright. We are doing it, everybody. Look at our Dryad Arbor being a 1-2. Boom. Take that. Take that. How excited is everybody to see that? How impactful is this going to be? We'll see. Not too hopeful. Just like Fury Ephemerate, we still lose. Check this out. We're going to gain a life, though. Boom. Renin 6. Not going to cut it. Can I always yes this? Always yes. Alright, let's see if they can kill my O2 Hierarch. It appears not. O2 Hierarch for the win. We'll play out our Tomb. Play out our Grist. They're not really, I mean, they're not representing counterspell, so I don't know what they could have there. And now we got some 1-2 insects coming onto the battlefield. Nice. Feels powerful. Call for Fury, blah blah blah. This whole song and dance again. This is, I feel like, the worst part of Modern is this interaction. Fury plus Ephemerate, Fury plus Undying Thing. It just does not make for fun gameplay. Risen Reef, you got it. I wonder, do we have a Yawg next turn? You have to imagine they're going to Fury right now, though. Okay. I mean, it's nice that they're not going to be ephemerating it. They're still getting value off the Risen Reef, though. Which can get out of hand quite quickly. Our best draw is probably another Grist. Not a Birds. Alright. Here, I think we're going to swing for 2 to start. And on their turn, if they have like an Omnath, it could be bad. We do have Yawg next turn, so that's something to look forward to if we can get there with a board state. I'm not playing around Blood Moon or Magus of the Moon, so if they do have one of those cards, we're going to get punished, but we'll see. Look how much of a difference that little extra toughness makes. Second Risen Reef. Let us get to our turn with a board state, please. Please. Hit 2 lands. Pretty good value. They have 4 cards in hand. Alright, we can just draw into Yawgmoth too, that works. If they have like Solitude Ephemerate, that's going to be really, really bad. If we're doing this at sorcery speed. It's going to be 4 triggers of Risen Reefs. One, two, three, 4. Yeah, so if this Yawgmoth sticks, and we actually have creatures on the board, we can instant speed get a Young Wolf as well. Okay. So that's going to be the move when they fetch here. We're going to draw quite a few cards here. The fact that this is happening right now, that they're letting this happen. Like, if you got the Solitude, you got to use it, man. Got to use it. Two 5 Yawgmoth. Another Leyline. Nice Leyline, bro. So we just drew 3 lands. What, 2 lands in a Leyline? Not great. But we do have 4 more draw steps. 5 more draw steps with our Yawgmoth, potentially. They have 5 cards in hand. Don't know any of them. They also have the Kaheera at the ready here. They have a ton of mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 mana at the ready, 4 cards in hand. What could they be doing? Sorcery Speed Solitude here. They're actively fetching basics, which is interesting. Ren and 6, sure. They have 5 mana up. They played on the land for turn already. They get back a Flooded Strand. 4 cards in hand. Solitude. You have a Solitude. I would like to draw. Wonder if they have something like an Endurance. Yeah, there's an Endurance. Weird they didn't do that sooner. Alright, we're gonna keep going with this. Messenger, not bad. Okay. So they have 1 card in hand. We have a ton of mana. Alright, so here I'm going to fetch a basic, play out a Wall of Roots, play out a Messenger. Oh, I guess I could have attacked there. That was a mistake. See what the last card in their hand is. I mean, if it's something good, if they have like Ephemerate and they draw into a Solitude or something like that. So Ren 6 is kind of annoying. What do they get here? Oh, we know their last card. Their last card's a Strand. Now they have a Misty as well. Okay. So whatever they top decked. See if they put the Kaheera into hand. Alright, not a bad top deck. You got it. And they're not putting Kaheera into hand, which is strange. More Wall of Roots, not exactly what we need right now. This whole synergy between the Leyline and Wall of Roots is kind of funny. Just infinite uses with our Wall of Roots. Second Leyline. I know I lost some life on those, but that's okay. We're going to have a 1/3 Dryad Arbor. They have a Strand in hand. They're at 6 life. Strand, Heath, and X. Kaheera. Obviously, our best draw from this point forward would be a Yawgmoth. This feels like a Fury. Okay, they're drawn well. Drew a Solitude into a Fury. Strand, Heath, and Kaheera. That is their hand. They Enduranced us so we can get our Dryad Arbor again. We'll actually gain a life off this this fetch here. Such a weird game. Always yes. Yawgmoth, not really what we're looking for here. Always yes. Yawgmoth, more lands. So if they play out the Kaheera here, they kind of have a pretty formidable board state, and now they can ultimate their Ren in 6 too. Kind of stinks. We're gonna block the Fury here. Oh, I was supposed to block the Solitude. That was stupid. A little bit of a misclick. I guess every one of our creatures, our Undying creatures, comes back into play. We're up 2 life, which is interesting. More lands. Lots of lands. Oh, I should have fetched. My dog just came in the room. I'm a little distracted right now. Yeah, I think we've had like 3 or 4 turns to draw into some sort of business, and we have not done it. Turtles be dank. What is up? Yeah, there's a number of things we can draw here, but they're gonna have Eldamari's Call after Eldamari's Call now. So I don't know how much longer we're gonna stick around. They got a Solitude. There's another Solitude, sure. Like, they can literally just call every single turn and just start wiping our board. Land drop. Alright. Block the Solitude. We'll take a hit for 8. Can I have a business spell, please? 4 chords in our deck right now. Four chords, 3 Yawgmoths, 3 Evos. They fetch shock and dress down. Strange. Strange move. Alright, there's our chord. The only thing I'm concerned about is if they have counterspell, which we haven't seen up to this point, but it's possible it's in their deck. I guess we wait till end step to get this Yawg into play. Or no, I think we just do it during their turn. If they have counterspell, they have counterspell. I think we're so far behind at this point, we kind of need to play into that a little bit. Like let them call and then go from there. Okay. Tapping my mana this way because I'm likely going to be proliferating at least once or twice. Another chord would be ideal. See if we can find that. Patra, I would love it if you were in play right now. Dump this one too. Kind of like all the cards that are in my hand right now. I don't really want to proliferate with any of them. I feel like we're going to need Yawgmoth. I think we just get rid of Blood Artist. Not sure what they're doing here. Otawara on sure. That's the one they're targeting with the Ephemerate. Yeah, I mean that's the whole that's the whole point, to get that one off the battlefield. So that's fine. Okay. Alright, if the rest of this turn plays out the way I think it's going to, where they Solitude our Yawgmoth, next turn I think we'll just have the win. So we'll be able to go pretty much infinite with our Hapatra. So I think this is a byproduct of our opponent misplaying. I guess if they have one more, if they can go land. I don't know if they played their land drop yet or not. But like if they had land buy back the Ephemerate, that would be really, really bad. But I think they might have played their land drop already. Like, they need 2 lands in hand to be able to play that line. Okay, and they don't. Whew. No, we want to have a creature in play. Like, the Fury, the damage from the Fury doesn't matter here. Okay, yeah, now we should just win. I don't think their hand is... I don't think their hand involves... Solitude white card, which is like the way we lose here. Alright, so now we're drawing a ton of cards. Always yield to Patron. Alright, we got some 1/3 Death Touchers. Alright, if we can pull another land here, an untapped land. I don't know if we have any untapped lands left in our deck. Alright, that's infinite now. We don't have our Blood Artist, so we can't combo kill. Like, the way this deck is built, there aren't any endurances in it. We have 26 cards. But we can just go super wide with our board state now at this point. And gain near infinite life. Yeah, our messenger is gone too, so I think our opponent made some pretty egregious misplays. I think that's why they're in this situation. Alright. I think the way they played out their last turn was very faulty. Alright, so we have infinite snakes, infinite life, or at least as many as we need to pad our life total here. No endurances in the 75. In order to make room for these ley lines, I had to cut all the endurances. So, nope. No endurances. Alright, and here... I mean, I'll go a little bit farther. I don't know how they beat this board state. I guess like Fury, Ephemerate. I think we just look for another Yawg maybe. Alright, there's a chord. I don't know what's left in our deck. I think I'm okay passing from here. Can I attack? Oh, I can attack. Cool. I'll attack. Let's do it. This is viral worthy here. This is nice. Yeah, for the sake of time, I'm just not gonna keep doing that. I guess we get rid of like an Evo. Do we need another ley line? I don't think we need another ley line. I don't think we need a peat land. I mean, we have infinite draws. I don't think Thoughtseize does anything either. Is our hand any good? Alright, bro, your go. Scoop. Alright. We are 1-1. We just cleaned up against elementals. Yeah, so this is more of a fun build, more so than let's win. I don't anticipate that this is going to be the most competitive build of the deck, so let me preface by saying that. Leyline of Vitality, the reason why it's a consideration, and let me pause for just a moment. This is round 3. We were playing against Nar Chiquito. We are on the draw. Our opening 7 isn't great, but we're going to keep it. And it's looking like you are Murktide. Blue-red Murktide again. Yeah, so the Leylines, they have combo potential, as we saw in our last round. Because they trigger every time a creature comes into play, you gain a life. It gives you infinite if you have 2 Undyers and Yawgmoth. And then, in addition to that, their insulation against Fury. So giving, and Ren and 6, giving all your creatures an extra toughness. We want a green source here, and we got a green source. Okay. We'll have that untapped. I think I'm going to lead Yawgmoth here. Ignoble's just going to get bolted, so I don't want to run into the buzz mill there. No attack, that's fine. Alright, so they're representing counterspell here. Because we drew the Ignoble, I'm actually going to run out double Ignoble as opposed to playing a Strangleroot, and then if they want to counter one of those, we'll let them do that. I would be surprised if they countered this first one. Second one, I wouldn't be as surprised. And here we are actually going to attack. I'm imagining they'll probably have Delirium on their turn. So we're going to swing in with the 2/2 Yawgmoth here. Maybe not. Maybe not. We'll wait one more turn. If we have this Ignoble on the battlefield by our next turn, that would be really nice to be able to double Geist and then Court on the following turn. Alright, so they're 1 card type off of Delirium. And they have it. Alright, so we get kind of punished for our no attacks there. We'll see if they have a land drop. They bin the Otawara, which would be, if they didn't have a land, would be surprising. Okay, it doesn't look like they have a land. Very interesting. Wall of Roots was a really good draw. Really, really good. That might have been our best draw, to be honest with you. So we're going to hit for 3, and the next turn we have a Yawgmoth, or Grist, or, you know, whatever. They might try to force, like, a Murktide here. Because they're behind on the board at this point. We'll see if they do that. I think our best draw is... Land is up there. Land's not a bad draw. So I could minus the wall here. It puts it into bolt range. I'm going to lead on the Geist. Okay, they counterspell there. They kept on top. Sure would love to have Endurance right now. I think I just swing. I'm guessing they have another land on top. So they'll be able to, like, Murktide into Counterspell, which is what they're representing. Like, we're losing this race right now, so we need to do something. Yeah, and they're just leaving mana up. Verdant. Alright, swing for 3. Or if they have something like double bolt, we'll just lose. I suppose we can fetch, or we can tutor for a bird if they have something like double bolt. We'll see if that's what they have here. All right, they're bolting me. So it feels like they have 2 bolts in hand. That's what this feels like. I don't know that I can... I don't think I can tutor for a bird here. I just don't think that's a winning line. So we're going to go down to 3. I feel like our life total has dwindled strangely quickly. Okay. We're gonna go down to 2. Put them down to 8. 3, 6, 7, down to 1. So I'm just doing the math. If I get like a Drolfs, how does that work out? I think that's the card. So we need to top deck something. They're representing a counter spell. So I'm anticipating this getting countered, but they don't have Bolt in hand. They might have Heat in hand. I'm just trying to think, how do we win this game? So I'm putting them on like Heat, Counterspell, and something else. We're definitely going to need to top deck into something. And I don't think Yawgmoth is the winning line here either. Alright, so we're going to cord. This is getting countered. See if it's a counterspell or a spell pierce. Spell pierce, okay. Alright, so from here, if they have counterspell in hand, we'll just lose. I don't think there's too much we can draw into. I guess that's an option. One, two, three, 4. It still puts us at 1 life. I don't think Yawg is good enough. We would still need to draw into something. Like with a proliferate line, we're still taking 1 damage off the Dragon's Rage. With from an attacking standpoint, we can't kill them. So we need to draw into something with the Peatland. Like Grist, I guess, and we need to resolve it. Okay, there's the Grist. I don't think it's resolving, but this is what we have to... That was our out. Feels like a counterspell. Yep, okay, we lose. Alright. So we are boarding into... we're up 6 cards, we're down 6 cards. We're getting rid of our Evos. And we will give that a go. I wonder if there's anything else I want. I think that's it. So 3 Leylines, a Veil of Summer and 2 Assassin's Trophy, Shaving, 3 Evos, and 3 Leyline of Vitalities. Yeah, no Endurance is brutal in this matchup. We are feeling the difference. So this is our second time playing against Blue Red Merc. We lost our first round in a very close 3 games. We haven't seen a Leyline of the Void in an opener yet, which would be really nice. This is a keep. I think that's like the difference maker. If you're going to play Leyline of the Void, you kind of need to have it in the matchups it matters. If you don't have access to Endurance. I just couldn't figure out a way to build this list, this 75, and include Endurance and Leyline of Vitality and Leyline of the Void. Because with Leylines, you kind of need them in multiples for it to be decent. So, say if they play a creature out or if they kill our dork. Gotta bolt the bird. Alright, we'll play our bird, we'll play our tomb tapped. Veil of Summer is not going to protect our bird, so if they kill it, we'll have Grist. If they don't kill it, we'll have Grist with Veil of Summer. So, okay, so they kill it, so we'll have Grist. See if they miss their second land drop here. They hit their land drop. They fetch. They shock. They play a creature. They don't play a creature. Alright, so they're leaving up Spell Pierce or Bolt, I guess. Second Grist, not bad. I'm going to fetch Basic again. We definitely want to hit a second Black Source at some point, but they're not. It's not looking like they're playing into Blood Moon or playing a Blood Moon based on the way they're fetching, but I think we just want to preserve our life total. They have 3 card types. So we milled our Blood Artist. We don't have Endurance in the list, so I can't shuffle that back at any point. A little more consequential than what it would normally be. Alright, iteration. They're far behind at this point, so they are semi-panic mode making this play. Alright, they got their value out of it. Can't argue with that. Double Grist hit one time? No, okay. It's a fine turn. Just keep our Grist going. Keep a good thing going. This Veil is going to come in handy. And I think I'm going to fetch for another Overgrown. Or I guess I can get Basic Swamp just in case. At this point, that will be fine. See if they have a heat. They do. Alright, so there goes Grist, which is okay. They dump a Spell Pierce. So the way we lose this game is if they stick a Murktide. That's the way they win this. Alright, there's the Murktide. Alright, because they chose to do that this turn, we're actually okay. Had they waited another turn with like a counterspell up, that would have been a little more problematic. All right, so here I'm gonna fetch basic swamp, I think. All right, Wall of Roots is actually pretty good. You have to imagine they're gonna hit Delirium on their turn, but I would like to sacrifice a creature, please. Have you ever considered doing a mulligan guide, especially for game 1? I feel like I never know whether doing one landers with dorks and stuff like that is worth keeping in a vacuum. So, Willwood 103, as Turtles B Dank said, I've thought about doing a mulligan guide before, but if I'm being candid, as Turtles B Dank mentioned, Zerk has a guide, and it's better than anything I can write. And to be honest, his philosophy, his strategy with regards to mulliganing, I think is spot on. So I would just recommend checking that out. That would be my recommendation. And if somebody has the link, they're more than welcome to link it in the chat, because it's such a great resource. Alright, they're paying cost. Feels like another Murktide. So feels like we're falling behind a little bit here. I think like our best draw is probably a Yawgmoth. Bird. So the problem here is we can't Chord and Veil of Summer this turn. We can on their turn though, so that's probably what we're gonna do. As long as they don't bolt our Wall of Roots. Yeah, we'll let that happen. That's fine. So there's a thought to tutor in response to that. And the reason I would do that, it would be to prevent the Dragon's Rage from hitting Delirium. Like, get Yawg, kill the Dragon's Rage before they get to that point. Which, looking at the board state right now, seems reasonable. But I'm going to block the Murktide and then go from there. With my Yawg. If they have something like an Unholy Heat, they've already used 2, but if they have another one, it's going to be really, really bad for us. We need to preserve our life total a little bit here. Alright, they're leaving up... Excuse me. They're leaving up and representing Counterspell. Which we have the answer to with our Veil of Summer here. Yeah, obviously we knew that was there. They've been representing it for quite a while. Not very good at this point. Alright, we get Yawgmoth here. Minus on the Dragon's Rage. Alright, Messenger not terrible. We can't actually cast it though, so that is kind of terrible. Alright, another Chord. Hapatra. Do I get a Hapatra here? I don't have Hapatra in the list, actually. It's in the sideboard. Never mind. Hapatra would be pretty good, though. I mean, Grist. So I can actually keep Grist alive. Maybe that's the line. Grist minus kill the Murktide. Can I keep Grist alive? No, I can't. This is tricky. I mean, it might just be that I go for an Undying Creature, kill both of the Dragon's Rages, draw a couple cards, and then see what happens from there. And hope to, like, draw into a Grist. I feel like that might be our line. All right, this is a little bit of a risky line, but I think this is what we have to do here. All right, so Geist draws us a bunch of cards. We just have to be really careful with our life total here. Hierarch doesn't do anything. Blooming Marsh doesn't do anything. Catacombs, too much damage. Getting like really close to dangerous territory with regards to our life total. One, two, kill both of those. Pump that. I wonder if we can just win on our next turn. This is tricky, tricky. Like going down to 7 life doesn't feel great. Like we're in bolt range at this point. They've only used 1 bolt. Not having a way to tutor out some life game 2 is really unfortunate. Alright, I think we have both of our forests here as well, which stinks. Alright, I think we're dumping our Yawgmoth here. Okay, that was a good draw. That was what we wanted. So I can proliferate on my turn. Proliferate again on their turn. That was like best case scenario, drawing that Twilight Mirror. And then I wonder if we can just get this thing down even more. Swing for 3 down to 12, down to 10, 8 and 8. Yeah, I think however we do this, bolt is going to be on the it's going to be Okay, yeah, I think we have to do this proliferate line. And I'll get rid of the blooming marsh. Yeah, if they have a bolt, we lose. It will be GG. But if we get to live another turn, we'll be able to win here. Very, very tricky. Yeah, sure, you have a hearse. I guess there's a thought to get rid of the Dragon's Rage sooner, but yep, that's fine. Okay. See if they have a bolt. Alright, we're down to 3. Are we dead? If our opponent is slow rolling us, that would be very unfortunate. Okay, that's fine. We still have the win if we resolve this messenger. Put us down to 1. Fancy line there. Pretty cool. Alright, so this entire game hinges on this messenger sticking. We'll see if they have a counterspell in hand. Do we get there? Bait with the Hierarch. Do you have a counterspell? They have a counterspell. We lose. Okay. Double Leyline stuck in our hand here. Leyline of the Void has felt horrendous up to this point. Came and it went. MTGO is our opponent. This is match 4 of our Modern League. You're currently 1 and 2. Leyline of the Void has been a stinker up to this point. On the play, let's see how this goes. Still haven't had a Leyline of Vitality in our opening hand up to this point. This is our 4th round. In its defense, it has gotten cut in most post-sideboard games. Maybe we did. Maybe we had it one game. Against Elementals we did. This opening 7's a mulligan. This 6-card hand, also a mulligan. This 5-card hand, a mulligan. This is unfortunate. They're on 6. Alright, we can keep our 4. We'll keep. We'll get rid of a Hierarch, a Dryad Arbor. I guess the Yawgmoth. The Court of Calling. Yeah, I guess this is our 6. Not very good. This is our 4, not our 6. Not great. I guess we could have kept our opening 7, but it was so dependent on the mana dork that was there. I mean, you're supposed to mulligan that hand. See what our opponent's doing here. Seachrome Coast into Sigarda's Aid. Okay. I see you. Playing against Hammertime. So if we pull a Yawg next turn, we can play it. which would be nice. And then that would completely negate our mulligan here. We would be okay. We will attack, pass the turn. Esper Sentinel into Saga. Yawgmoth one time. Yawg. Chris, not terrible. We'll go with it. I'm going to lead on an attack here. I think we're going to dump this Sentinel just so they don't have a target for their Sigarda's Aid right now. This might be a little overly cautious, but that's how we're going to play it right now. Might have been a mistake. I didn't really think that line all the way through. Court of Calling or Yawgmoth. Those are the cards we want. Or an Evo. Evo's good. So we'll lead on a plus here. And from here, I'm going to attack. This was a multi 4. All right, Yawg is in play. We are in business. We make a Saga token here. We're gonna kill that. We can still lose this turn for sure. On their turn. So if they like activate the Yawgmoth, suit it up with a hammer, and then have some sort of protection spell. Or if they have another hammer in hand. But if they have the hammer in hand, we'll at least be able to block it. Priced into doing that there. Okay. Okay, we're gonna lose our Yawg, but at least we have, I mean, we'll have Grist back. Okay, now we just lose. Yep. Yep. Needed a little bit more of a board presence to deal with that, unfortunately. Alright, Haywire, Force of Vigor, Hapatra, and we'll bring in a trophy as well. Cuts in this matchup, get rid of Messenger, get rid of a couple of Grists, get rid of the Leylines. I actually think we can get rid of some Wall of Roots. We'll keep in some number of Grists. That's 59. Alright, we'll leave in the Messenger. That seems fine. This is not our day here. Despite how this hand looks at a glance, I think we can keep it. We do need to pull another land, but I think this is okay. Like land into green card. If they have like a really, really explosive hand, that could be problematic, but that's fine. Okay, we got our land. Swing for 2. Right, as long as we don't die this turn and can stick our Yawg next turn, we should be okay. Drum. Got a drum. This is like a stone forge, that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. I think we're in pretty good shape here. So our Yawg, our hope is we draw into like land, 1 drop, and a green card. Those are the cards we want. That's a 2 drop and not a green card. Alright, so we start by getting rid of this Sentinel so we have Force of Vigor up. These Hierarchs are probably going bye-bye. Alright, there's our land. Still no green card. A couple of lands. Still only have 1 green card though. I would like another one. Chord of Calling. Okay, we'll play this out. During their upkeep, I think I'm going to Force a Vigor. Is that the line? And then try to kill next turn. Okay. Yeah, they're in a tough spot now. Okay, we have an answer to that. Maybe I should have played out the peat land with this in mind. Yeah, I probably should have done that. It was a little bit of an oversight. There really wasn't a reason for me to play out the mire. So here we'll go Geist. We'll leave up the Beseiju for the Pithing Needle, and then we'll try to kill next turn. I guess they could have Blacksmith skill. So maybe I Beseiju this now. Once again, if that's how they're spending their turn though, do I care? I think I do. I think I get rid of that. They have 4 cards in hand. Hammer number 1. Alright, if if we get to untap with Yawg here, I think we should get the win. Another Geist. Blood Artist. So we just have lethal attackers on board. But 3, 6, 8, we are 1 mana short. Okay. Game 3, I think I'm going to bring in the extra trophy and shave a grist. Alright, see if we can break our record to back to even here. I have not had a sub 500 league with this deck, and I couldn't tell you how long, so if that happens here, something is terribly wrong. Alright, this is a borderline hand. We're on the draw. I think we keep it. It's close, it's very close. Like if we pull another land or two, we're probably in really bad shape. This hand is all riding on the Force of Vigor here. They mulligan to 6. Can we do better on 6? Probably. This is really, really close. What do you guys think? Keep or mull? What do we think? We got 1 vote for mulligan. Anybody else? Alright, we'll mulligan. We got one vote for mulligan, so we'll mulligan. Alright, we're going down to 5 cards. That's always the fear. They're at 6 cards. They keep their 6-card hand. We're going to mulligan to 5. Alright. We'll keep our 5. So there's 2 ways to play this. We're definitely getting rid of a Hierarch. We can get rid of the Force of Vigor. And like try to go just like straight Yawgmoth plan. Force of Vigor is not great on a 5-card hand. So it's just like turn 1 Ignoble, turn 2 Wall of Roots into Yawgmoth, turn 3 get our Yawg and hope that that's good enough. I think that's how we have to go with this hand. We're on the draw though. Maybe we go like this and just use the Force of Vigor as an insurance policy and hope to draw into like another creature. So this is the conservative line, the other line's the aggressive line. I always err on the side of being conservative, but then again, if we Force of Vigor something, I don't know that we're winning. Ugh, so close. Alright, Hierarch. I think I'm getting rid of the Force of Vigor here. Hoping this is good enough. Like, it was a tough call. I did not want to get rid of that Force of Vigor. Alright. Made the right choice, clearly. We knew that was coming. So if they go like Sigarda's Aid into Hammer, we got that covered. That would be really good for us if that was what happened. And then we can pitch our Yawgmoth and all will be right in the world. Guess they're going Kaldra here. So we do have an out now with Might in the deck. And we have an out with Hapatra as well. Another land would be nice. Wouldn't hate having another land here. We still do have to play around blacksmith skill. Chop that. Watch out. But we are on the clock. Phyrexian germ token. Sorry, I was distracted there. I probably block there, most likely. It's probably the move. All right, so they don't have skill up, so this might be the time if we pull a land. If we pull, so we pulled a land there, so that makes not blocking with the Yawgmoth better. It buys us a lot of time. We don't really have a game plan from there. I wish we had had that second land sooner. That would have been nice. So we can get Yawg, take a hit, and then hope to kill next turn. That's kind of like the winning line. Or we can play conservatively, get Haywire Might, and then hope to top deck into something. Tough call. Well, either way, we're casting this Evo. It's just a matter of what we're sacrificing. And what is my third mana source? It's going to be Walroots. Very tricky line here. Force of Vigor isn't too good right now because they have the Giver of Runes. We just go Might and hope to draw something. Oh, that feels so bad though. This is so hard. Yeah, like the winning play, this is the play not to lose. It's not the play to win. And we got like a 1-turn window with Yawg to do something. Yeah, I think the play is to get Yawgmoth here. I think this is the play. If we can pull like another 1-drop this turn, that would be nice. Okay. All right, we'll see. We'll see if that was the right line. That was very close though. Okay, that's fine. They have 1 card in hand. can't be blocked. That's fine. We're going to take his hit for 6. And then we need to go ham on our turn. So we have 5 draw steps to find what we need. Or 4 draw steps. Let's see. Swamp, not terrible. That will save us a life here. So I think we start a Patra. So we kill the giver. That's step 1. Down to 4 life. So we can top deck Blood Artist, Court of Calling, or Might. All of those things get the job done here. Ish. They could have a Blacksmith skill in hand still. I think they would have used it there if they had it though. Yawgmoth is pitch fodder. That doesn't really do anything. Protection from black here. Down to 3. So here I wonder, go down to 2, Force of Vigor up. Yeah, I think we just pass now and just have blockers back and Force of Vigor up and just like keep our life total where it is. I wonder if we attack with Yawgmoth here. I don't think so. I guess we could have attacked. That was maybe a little too conservative. All right, let's see what they have here. Sure. Gift, what does this get? Whatever it gets, we can dump. But yeah, we really need to find our Blood Artist. That's kind of that's how we get out of this. Yeah, I'm not worried about the Brute because we have the Force of Vigor. So that's not something I'm too concerned about. They'll get to draw a card off the Sentinel. Most likely. But the Brute is not a concern. And it appears they're going for they're trying to equip, I don't know what they're equipping here with the Shadow Spear. This is like a game of inches here. We need one more turn. One more. All right, so they'll equip the Cauldra. Sure. Let them move to attacks. They're swinging with everything. That's interesting. Okay. So I need to think this out here. Okay, so we're gonna minus the germ token. We might minus it twice. Let's start there. Minus this here. We're gonna be proliferating. I don't want to give them an extra thing there. We can't take any damage off of the germ. So put that down to a 3/3. And then our Yawg activations are done at this point. That wasn't a very good draw. Okay, we can kill everything else. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we'll move to blocks. 1. Cancel. Let's reset here. Block there. Block there. Block there. Block there. Block there. Block there. Okay. No. Like this. Okay, those are our blocks. Okay, now we proliferate. This is fairly complicated here. And we'll discard Heath. Minus, plus, done. I didn't realize we were going to get an extra token there. That's nice. Couple of exiles. We'll wipe their board here. Now a double proliferate on the germ deals with that. All right, we got some insurance here. We'll start there. This is kind of crazy, right? Kind of crazy. Discard. What do I want to discard? The ignoble. Probably. And then the Hepatra is going to finish it off. What a crazy game, huh? What a crazy game. All right. They're on a 1-turn clock now, and we have Force of Vigor up. I think we win. I think we got the win here. This is a very close game. We got there. We got there. So the turning point there was Yawgmoth as opposed to getting the Haywire Might. So we played for the win as opposed to playing not to lose. All right, this is match 5 of our Modern League. We are on the draw. We are playing against TS124124. This opening hand is not a keep. A lot of mulligans recently. This we can keep. And I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we get rid of a cord. It's close. Close, close. Maybe we get rid of the tomb. It's like Chord isn't as good if we don't have the lands, but the lands are just kind of, you know, like if we draw one in our first couple of turns, it feels wrong to have gotten rid of the Chord. Maybe I get rid of the Beseiju. Maybe I get rid of the Catacombs. It's a little bit risky. I think we're going to go with this on the draw here. We'll have double Chord just in case they have some sort of discard spell or some sort of interaction. I think I'm going to keep the double Chord there. That might have been wrong. I don't know. We'll see if we get punished. Feels like scam. Leyline of Vitality, never in the opening hand. Some sort of black-red deck. Okay. So we're getting rewarded for the decision we made shipping back one of the lands. Play out our Wolf. Pass the turn. What would you all have done there? Would you have kept the extra land or would you have shipped back the second Chord? What was the line? Is this going to be like a Fury Undying here? Okay. Nothing. Pass the turn. I like it. I like it. I like it. Another Beseiju. Not great. So if they have Fury, us playing at the Hierarch, we get punished for. But it doesn't really make sense to just keep it in our hand. And so land-wise too, playing out the Tomb Tap doesn't let us Chord of Calling if we want to, but I don't think we're going to Chord for one anyway. Unless we get double Fury, then it might make sense. But even then it wouldn't. Yeah, I think we're just going to play the Tomb Tap, just get that out there. Play out the Hierarch. It's probably getting bolted. And just pass the turn. They kept a 7-card hand. We'll see what they're doing. Okay, there's the bolt. Fighting for our life here, fighting for our entry. Are they just passing in? Okay, they're swinging with the Ragavan this time. They're deciding it is time to make a move. Guess our Yawgmoth is dying. I wonder if they have another Ragavan. Bolt into Ragavan number 2. Let's see if that's the line they take. Ragavan number 2. Let's see the bolt. No bolt yet. So the fact that they're not doing that gives us the opportunity to get another Yawgmoth. So if they take that line, we'll just tutor for another Yawgmoth. So they don't have another bolt right now. So I can tutor for a Yawgmoth and block with that, and then if they have Fury, they wipe my board. Or I can just block, take the trade, and then continue to kind of like dawdle along. They're not applying much pressure, but given our hand, maybe getting like a Grist down next turn is the right move. Like Yawgmoth into Grist. They're fetching. Never seen that swamp before. Let's see, what set is this from? Brothers War. That's why I've never seen it before. Oh, mismatching swamps. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? Alright, we'll get our basic here. We have plenty of outs to this with double Beseiju in hand, so we're not too concerned about it. I guess the question is, do we Chord here or not? And I think not. See if they attack. They do. We'll take that trade once again. And we'll dump that Blood Moon end of turn. Do you think they have the third Ragavan? Oh no, Blood Moon. Psych. Giving them an extra land. They were stalled on lands for a little while, so I'm not too thrilled about that, but... And then here, we could keep the other Boseiju, but at this point I think we need to play it out. I think we need to further our mana base. It's still unclear if they're on Scam or just like a rock list. We haven't been scammed as of yet, so... There's a Voidwalker. Ugh. Ugh. So unclear if I chord here and now, or if I wait to chord. I think I'll wait one turn. Okay. Play out our Yawg. And I'll just, like, I'm anticipating something like a Terminate. I'll just pass the turn here. Okay, they don't have Terminate. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 card types in the graveyard. So if they have Unholy Heat, they can't kill our Yawg. Alright, we just need a turn. Give us a turn, bro. Just give us a turn. All I need is one turn. I think they're being tricky here and sneaking in an extra point of damage because I think our Yawg is going to die. Fable. Okay. That we are fine with. And now, Ish gets crazy. Not what we wanted to see. So we get Yawgmoth minus Proliferate. Maybe we start with just a minus here. Go from there. Play out Geist. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get something else. Use one of the chords to get something else. Hold on, let me see this. Geist. 1, 2, 3, 4 chord for a 1-drop. Kill the Voidwalker. Is that worthwhile? I think so. I mean, we're trading a chord for a card either way, or like the Voidwalker for a card. Oh wait, hold on. Cancel, undo, undo, undo. I think we just get the... No. Yeah, we get a 1-drop here. No, I don't think we get Grist either. I think we're just getting like a bird. Just a sacrificial lamb. Now if they bolt in response, which they might actually have, the way that they just hesitated there. They also could have like a scam card. Okay, so this means we got to get rid of it, which means we lose our Geist. But as long as our Yawg lives, we're okay with that. Cancel. Alright, so this is scam, confirmed. We're only going to draw one card off that. Best draw is a Yawgmoth. And we don't draw the second card. Evo was a horrible draw. That was terrible. And now they're going to have Fury up, because they're going to be able to hit with the token. And I'm guessing they have a Fury in hand. That is, I am putting them on a Fury. So I think we're going to be in rough shape. Initiating that interaction might have been wrong on my part. It's a little tough. I just didn't want them to untap with the Voidwalker, because it just opens up so many more lines. Discard a Blood Moon. Blood Moon would actually be pretty good against us right now, but I think they want to be proactive with their turn. Alright. I don't think they needed to shock there, because I'm thinking they have a Fury, which... Oh, okay. Okay. That makes more sense. No Fury. Fingers crossed. No Fury off the top. No Fury off the top. Don't Fury me, bro. They need Fury red card, so it is a pretty specific sequence that they need there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take the hit for 2. Need no Fury, no Terminate, no Voidwalker. There's a lot of cards we need them not to hit. And that was one of the cards we wanted to hit. That was a really, really good draw. Alright, I wonder if we can just kill them. Get a wolf. We'll have 3 mana up, 4 mana up. Cancel. I think we start by hitting that for 1. Let's see what we draw. Alright, we drew into a swamp. Court for 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we still don't have the kill here. All right, get ourselves another wolf here. If they had a piece of interaction, I think they would have used it already. The fact that we don't have endurance, we definitely don't have a way to kill them right now. Hierarch. I can just Hierarch down the Shaman, or just play it out. I think we're okay with the Shaman at this point. That's fine. Like, we just Fury. That's the card we care about at this point. If If we get another turn, we win. This has been a weird game. I didn't expect to be in this position. I feel like we were down pretty early in this game. Paying costs, Voidwalker, sure. They have 2 cards in hand. One card in hand. Yeah, that's fine. We'll go down to 6. Sure. So if it's another scam spell in their hand, it would be annoying. And drawing into Hierarch actually fixes that. So now we can play around another scam spell. So they do have another scam spell. The way they just reacted to that, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Okay, feign death. Sure, so we'll kill them during their upkeep. Or maybe we can't, because they'll be able to Kiki it. Ooh, we might have just punted that. Did we punt? So now we have to get rid of the Kiki. Oh, we can actually kill them with the trigger on the stack. Never mind. Okay. So here's the line. Five cord for 2. Done. Okay, so we're gonna get a Blood Artist. Check this out. Boom. Minus the Kiki. 2. Proliferate. 1, 2, 3. Done. Trigger on the stack. Sure. Save targets. Now we can kill them with the trigger on the stack. Okay. I thought I might have punted that for a second. But we did not. Minor detail there. Okay, so we're up a game against Scam, which is good. That's where we want to be. And then our super anti-scam sideboard. We'll put it into action here. And see if we can get the 3-2. My opponent has disconnected. Okay, fortunately, they've F6 through their turn. Alright, so it was a close game. I think we played that well. Navigated it. Dodged Fury, which was a key part of us winning there. 4, 3. One more. Well, I guess technically they're dead anyway because the other Blood Artist triggers on the stack, but that was a long game. It was a long game. Alright, Veil of Summer, 3 Leylines. with all the ley lines I'm running, I don't know if I actually want Thoughtseize. I think maybe we just do that. 3 Leyline of the Voids and a Veil of Summer. In terms of cuts, I'm going to cut all the Evos and the Court, I think. Maybe I bring in, I feel like Thoughtseize isn't that great on the draw. On the play, it's decent. Bring in Hapatra just because of the ley line. It's just a nice card to have. Trophy's another card to consider, but I think I'm going to run like this. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so fingers crossed, double ley line in the opener. Ley line of the Void and ley line of Vitality. And I think we'll be in good shape if we can do that. That double ley line opener. Do we catch him off guard here? Do we get him? For anyone who is just joining, welcome. Welcome, welcome. This is our 5th match of this Modern League with Mono Leyline Yawgmoth. We've submitted our opponent. They might actually be disconnected, so we might not even get to finish our match here. They did disconnect while we were comboing off there, so I wonder if they've reconnected or not. I'm looking back in the chat right now to see when they disconnected. All right, we're back. Game 2 against our opponent TS124124. Our opening 7 is suspect, but I think because it's got a ley line, I think we keep it and hope that it's good enough. Technically, we have 2 lands. One is a land creature, but it's close enough, right? They begin with 7 cards. All right, we'll keep Leyline. Let's see what you got. I wonder if that throws their plan off. If they have something like a Ragavan, it might be a little unfortunate. Land off the top. All right, Wall of Roots, kind of, sort of like land. I wonder if we lead Dried Arbor, hope they play a Voidwalker, and then Wall of Roots on turn 2. I mean, that's super risky. Or we just hope to draw a land on our second turn. I think I'm going to play out the Arbor and hope they have a Voidwalker. We'll see what they do here. See if my risky play pays off. Womp womp. Alright, well, we got some time. Time to kill. We do need another land, though. If we don't pull a land, we can't do anything. And our Leyline hand is all for naught. We have a lot of redundancy in our hand, so if they do have something like Grief or Discard. Alright, there's the Dolphy. I was hoping they would play out last turn. And I'm not going to fetch here. I'm going to wait. Gives us a better chance of drawing a land. Percentages are small, but it's not what we wanted to see. Not like this. We are stuck here doing nothing. And we're really far behind at this point. Hearse, that's fine. I'm okay with that one. Another threat would have been worse. Birds of Paradise, yes please. Not good enough. Fetching basic just because we need, like, Kaheera is the least of our concerns right now. We just need to get to 2 lands so we can get our Wall of Roots online. 2 mana. We do still have game 3. This is another thing about Leylines that I don't like. You're incentivized to keep hands that are not as good because it has the Leyline. Oh, we're gonna get some tutus. I like this. I like this, actually. We're going beatdown, people. We're going beatdown. I do not mind this. I feel like this card is so bad in their deck against us. Like, that's not what you want to be doing. Can you imagine if they named Strangleroot Geist? You just put us back in this game, my friend. Now if we pull land, we have to dodge a Fury. Do they keep these in our hand? They're thinking about it. Nope. Nope. Alright, dodge a Fury. Lego. On the positive, yeah, I like running Necro in our deck, but I feel like them running it in their deck against us is just such a tempo loss that I don't think it's worthwhile to bring in. I don't know what other matchups they want it for, but yeah, they're trying to decide whether or not they're Furying right now. They are thinking, pondering. And then if they do Fury, what are their targets? Still thinking about a Fury. Or do they want to be greedy and try to get more value off the Fury? Unlicensed Hearse, never greater than a 1/1. Okay, so they don't Fury. Blooming Marsh is really good. Okay. Blooming? I always forget if it's blooming or blossoming. But yes, that was a good draw. Alright, we are online, people. We are in it. Our clock is now officially faster than their clock. So they can hit 2 of our creatures, or I guess 3 of our creatures. If they Fury, they hit Geist, Bird, and Zombie token. And if they do that, I mean, there's still... Our clock is still faster than theirs will be with the 2 extra Geists in our hand. So we have to dodge like double Fury, single Fury I think we can beat. And then you figure they have at least 1 scam spell in hand. Fury, red card, scam spell, XX. 1's a land. Okay. speeding up our clock for us here. They have like a blood moon or something, which we wouldn't really care too much about. Okay, grief is kind of annoying. I guess they get rid of the Hapatra. That's like the, maybe a Geist, I don't know. So if we double Geist here, and then they Fury from there, that would be a pretty big hit. Wonder what our best draw is from this point forward. Like, to me, they're definitely representing Fury. So if I Geist, swing for 10, they block 1, take 8 down to 5. They block a zombie token, and then they Fury away most of our board. Swing them down to 9. And then next turn try to kill them with Verdant Catacombs. Oh, Dryad Arbor's gone, so we don't have that access. 6 down to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take 4. I guess we just have to go for it. I think that's the line here. Kind of unfortunate. It definitely feels like they have a Fury. So we're gonna lose our board state, but I think this is the winning line here. We just have to hope they don't draw a land. That's the ticket. Block 1. They Fury away the rest of this. Go down to 5. And then do I play out my land is the question. I think so. Alright, they're gonna get a 4 for 2. Or a 4 for 1 now that they hit their land drop. There's the Fury. Kind of were hoping they missed a land drop there. But yeah, this is how it goes. They couldn't fetch quick enough. You saw how fast they fetched. 1, 2, 3, 4. Into the bin. So we're going down to 7. I don't know if we fetch here. Puts us on a 2-turn clock. I don't think so. Okay, chord. All right, so our out here is Messenger. So we're going to chord into Messenger and then hope that that's good enough. That's the plan of attack. If they kill the zombie token pre-combat, that'll likely spell doom for us. But I think Messenger is how we get the win. If they have a bolt as well, they'll be able to kill us. mean, Blood Artist doesn't get it done. They're down to 2. See if this is good enough. They're hesitating. That'd be really funny if we just won. If their hand was just like 3 scam cards and this got the job done. That would be really, really funny. Pay costs. Not paying costs. We also have another Geist in the deck. If they do play out a creature. So Pyro. They're not going to get any creatures off of it. Oh, they do. Okay, I thought they had to hit the graveyard for that to work. Do you want to shock? do you want to shock in that instance? Probably not. All right, from here, how do we win? I don't know if we can win. Definitely not with that. All right, we're scooping. We're going to the next game. They beat our very mediocre Leyline hand. And now that we're on the play, I'm going to bring in some Thoughtseizes. We'll shave another bird. And we'll shave a... Maybe we'll bring in 1 Thoughtseize. 2. I like 2. Shave a wolf. All right. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Game number 3. We've got about 8 minutes left on the clock, so we do need to keep that in mind. Our 7 is not scam proof, but I think it's a keep. All the ley lines. Yes, we are going deep. Play out the bird. Up a life. Always yes. Feels like we're getting scammed. Thoughtseize. Okay, that's fine. Fine with the Thoughtseize. Whether they take Geist or Drolfs. So take our Geist. Can't cast the Messenger as it stands. We can cast the Messenger as it stands. Fetch. We're gonna get a basic swamp here. And Messenger. Start pressuring their life total a little bit. Life total is hanging at 20 for the time being. Let's see what they've got going on here. Like Fury into Fury would be very unfortunate. Prefer if they didn't do that. That would be my preference. Alright, so our board is not wiped. We'll still have our bird left. Another card that seems kind of mediocre against us. Like you're down a card when you do that. It just doesn't feel... Like, I understand you're trying to interact. Oh, and you forgot to remove it. Oops. Nothing I can do about that. Nothing I can do there. That one is on you, my friend. We'll see if that makes a difference. If we get lucky here with the Moto misclick. So we'll keep our bird. From this point, okay. Do we just shut them off of any other shenanigans for the rest of the game, or do we play out our Yawgmoth? They only have one land. I think we'll shut them off of shenanigans here. Hey, we are going to take a hit for 8. We'll be able to gain some life though, so unless they discard this from our hand. Okay, there it goes. So like Grist would be a really good draw here. We haven't seen a Grist yet in the 3 games we played up to this point. We haven't seen a Grist in this matchup. Yes, always yes. Please do not ask me again. I would like to gain the life. All right, if we get to our next turn, oh, that sucks. Means our Yawg is getting terminated here. Or not. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, we're gonna dump this down to a 3/3 because that saves us 2 life. Grist was a good draw. They're running low on time as well, so we're down to 8. We'll be up to 9. Forest is fine. A little protection against some Blood Moon stuff. This feels like a close game. Feels close. We just have to hope. I mean, you have to imagine the insect is going to die here. If it doesn't, if we get another turn with Grist on the board, that would be really, really good. They're hesitating for a second here, which to me feels like they might not have it. Moving to combat. We almost have lethal with a Grist ultimate at this point too. So if they can't get rid of this thing, we're like really close to killing them. No, I did not have 2 Leylines in my opener. Okay, so that takes Grist ult off the board. Another Yawg is a really good draw. That is a really, really good draw. Feels like we might get there. Like the fact we're gaining life off this Leyline is really a big deal as well. Next turn, if our Yawg survives, we can get rid of the Fury. And they can't do anything about that because we got the Leyline. Like if they have something like a Terminate, they drew into that, now they're kind of in a position where it's like, can you attack? Alright, start turning some value here. Feels like we've got this one. That's what it feels like. I could be mistaken, but that is what we call pitch fodder for Yawgmoth's proliferate ability. Turtles be dank. When you say you had to shovel, you're referring to snow? Shoveling snow? Or like shoveling food into the mouth? Alright. Verdant Catacombs, actually not a bad draw. That represents a blocker. So we will play that out. We're going to plus our grist. Double hit. Oh, I thought that was a double hit. I was wrong. We're going to swing. Shovel snow. Oh my gosh. That is such a weird thing to think about right now. Being here in Southern California, there is no snow here. Not even a thought of it. So if they try to get tricky with this hearse too, we'll try to handle that. Alright, Fury, see what you're doing. You cannot bring it back, which is good. You can't kill our Yawg, which is good. So they're going to try to target our insect token. Or maybe they have something like a... maybe they have a fatal push, in which case this would be better. Sure. You have a hearse. I don't think they're thinking about the dried arbor right now. I'm not sure that's on their radar. Okay, Geist is a really good draw. I think Geist just wins the game, right? Now that they attacked with their hearse. They have 52 seconds left to kill us. We got there. Double Leyline gets there against Scam. I think I'm 3 games over 500 against Scam now. Yeah, we're 18 and 15 against Scam. In that league, it felt like cheating a little bit, but it was still a win. Still counts. All right. Let me pull up the list here. Let's view the deck. Make sure you can see everything here. No, I don't want to pull that out. That will just look sloppy. Okay. So, let's scoot this over a notch. All right, so our 75. We ran 3 Leyline of Vitalities in the main deck and 3 Leyline of the Voids in the sideboard. No endurance definitely hurt, I think. Turtles be dank. I would agree. I would agree. And I think that's the biggest takeaway from this league. Our 2 losses were to the same deck, Blue-Red Murktide, which is a very prominent deck in the metagame. And the push-pull of running this list is that I think if you're running Leyline of Vitality, you can't run Leyline of the Void, because I think you need to have endurances in the 75. And the only way you can run this is by shaving them out of the main deck, I feel like. Just because like the synergies with the other cards that you have, like you need, like you want Fork Wrist because it plays well. You want 4 Wall Roots because it plays well. You can't cut these guys. We're already shaving a bird. We're already shaving an Evo, even though that's what's normal for me. Messenger plays well with Leyline, so you can't cut that, or at least in my opinion it doesn't make sense to cut it. So my biggest takeaway is that if you're running the Leyline of Vitality, you need to stick with endurances in the board. So you can't run both Leylines, basically, is what my thought is. You can run Leyline of the Void and not run Leyline of Vitality, still run an endurance or 2 in the main deck, and then, you know, go crazy from there. But yeah, it doesn't seem like the juice is worth the squeeze with this card, even though it definitely played a part in a couple of our wins, like our last game and our match against Elementals. But yeah, it's cute, it's fun, it was interesting, made some fun games, but probably not good enough. But I'm actually happy with the 3-2 in that league. I feel like our games against Murktide were pretty close, pretty competitive, and having access to endurance would have made the difference, I think, between some of the wins and some of the losses. Yeah, and all the decks we played against were very competitive as well. We played against 2 Murktide, Scam, Hammertime, and Elemental. So those are all like tier 1-2 decks. There wasn't any like jank that we played against. So yeah, I think the deck performed decent, but not good enough to justify running these cards. Drawing the Leylines like late in the game just feels so bad. So I just can't get on board with it. So personally, I'll be going back to my old list. I'm going to run a different list tomorrow. I'm going to run something else fun tomorrow. I got to brainstorm what exactly that's going to be. But if I was running in a tournament, I'd run version 7.4, which is the list that you've seen in my past streams if you've been watching. You can see those lists on my YouTube page as well. So that's my takeaway. That's my takeaway from today's league. It was a fun league. It was interesting. A lot of really close competitive games. I think every match was pretty competitive and pretty interactive. So it was a good league. I'm signing off for the day. I will catch everybody back here tomorrow. If you haven't done so already, please hit the follow button. Head over to my YouTube. Feel free to subscribe over there. If you have a Twitch Prime sub and you want to make use of it, that would be awesome. If you did so on my channel, I would greatly appreciate it. Yeah, any and all support. Head over to my Patreon as well. It's linked below. There's a sideboard guide if you haven't made access or taken advantage of that. And yeah, I have a couple of tiers on my Patreon. The sideboard guide is free, so if you want to make use of it and you don't want to pay anything, you're welcome to do that as well. But any and all contributions, greatly appreciated. So I am checking out. I will see everybody again tomorrow in between the 7 and 8 o'clock hour. I hope everybody has a good rest of the weekend if I don't see you again, and be well.